change of pace, I would take you on the journey of making a skit from start to finish. The first thing that I do is I type out a script on my computer. This one is really easy because it's words other people wrote, but I type it up in Notepad and just very stereotypically the way that you would see a script written out with the different parts. And after I do that, I print it out, and I will go do that right now so I can show you the next part. After I print out the script, I get a different color marker for the number of characters that are going to be in the skit. And then what I do is I highlight each part with a different color. The reason I do this is because I have to act each one of these things completely separately because I'm doing all of the parts. I just need to see really easily at a glance what I have to do during that skit for that character. Normally when I do a skit, I would do, let's say, all the blue parts first. I would do the green parts and the yellow, and I dress up differently for each one. And then I would splice all those screens together because the audio wouldn't matter. This one's a little bit different because the audio has to be correct through the whole video. I don't want you to hear any breaks. So I'm going to have to play the female through the entire video even though she's not in it, and then superimpose other videos on top. So it's just a little bit confusing, but that's what I'm going to have to do to make this one work properly. After getting all of this done, what I would do is decide, okay, who do I want to play first? And my eyes go right here, and I'll tell you why. Because if you play a guy, he doesn't need a lot of makeup, and if I have a hard time removing the makeup and there are smudges on my face or whatever, it's going to look bad. So it's always easier for me to play like a man first or a kid, you know, anyone who's not going to have eye makeup especially. So I will play the guy first. The next thing I have to do is costuming and makeup and hair, and this can take a long time depending on the character. This one I want to look old-fashioned, and so he kind of needs to have my wig that is really kind of... I like this one because I think it's the most flattering on me because I don't look good with short hair, but there's one that's a lot more groomed looking, I guess you would say, that would work better for an old-fashioned black and white character, so I'm going to have to go digging for that. I have these in a cardboard box. I really need to get a plastic bin, and people who have wigs are going to hate me for how I store them because this is really bad. I have the hair picked out. As you can see, it's not quite as messy. And then this is the box where I keep all the extra type things like glasses and mustaches and things like that. And I think with it being old, it would make sense for him to have a mustache. So I'm just going digging a little bit for a mustache. And here's a little wig cap. I usually don't take the time to use those, which is bad because that's why you see my hair falling out of the wig. But I can't find a mustache, so just keep digging. Glasses would be kind of neat too, but I don't think I'm going to do glasses. I think I'm just going to do a mustache. If I can find one. Okay, this is a really old-fashioned one. That's perfect. I have this old suit jacket of my dad's, and I think that would work because it's going to look pretty timeless for this character, so I'm going to use this. One of the things that I do a lot is improvise, and I'm going to use this. It's actually a hair scarf for a tie. I don't know how to tie a tie, but hopefully from a distance you won't be able to tell. And then probably won't matter too much what shirt I wear underneath. I have shirts, so just pick something I have. I have to pick a set. And my set sometimes is the kitchen because it's a mostly completely empty wall. It does have the stuff that I have to move, which sometimes I forget. I have to move these chairs, and I also have to move the kitchen table. I have to move so much stuff to make a set. I am not a big YouTuber, and I do not have a production room. I have to do the hair and make it look more old-fashioned, and I have to put the mustache on. And also when playing a guy, normally I wouldn't think to put makeup on, but my cameras just wash out all my features. I don't have all the fancy lighting that real YouTubers have. So I look really bad, and my lips will disappear. If you look at my very first videos that I made for this channel, I used to not use makeup, markers I use as well, watercolor markers. I used to not use any of that, and you can't see features on me, so I learned pretty early on that I have to do it even if I don't want to. But I want to show you guys what I use because it's so cool. I'm a product reviewer in another life, so to speak, so I get a lot of makeup for free, and I wanted a place to put it, and I thought I would get a toolbox, so that's what I use. And what I do is I go through this just kind of thinking like top to bottom of my face, like, do I need something on my lips? Do I need something on my eyes? And all that type of stuff. So I go through this. With playing a guy, there's not much I would use, except I definitely need something on my eyelids because otherwise they disappear. And I think blush for rosy cheeks. And something on my lips that's just very, very light. Probably won't even show up, but it will just help. And I want to mention, because I am a product reviewer, if you see anything in here, I am not endorsing it at all. I may have gotten it for free as well, so I just want to make sure to be within legal parameters of even showing you guys this stuff, because I don't want to be endorsing anything. But anyway, that's a peek inside what I look through to try to become different characters now, and I learned the hard way. You have to do this even if you don't want to. So I'm going to work on that right now. I'm just waiting for my part because this is a little different than normal with it being a song, so I just have to wait for the guy's part. So real life happened and I have to redo the scene because my mustache was falling off. Then I got a phone call, and then I started feeling like I was going to pass out because this is very hot. So I had to take it off, so I'm just kind of redoing everything and regrouping here. I'm going to have to sit down and take a break before I do another take on this, and also try to deal with the mustache situation because it has a mind of its own and decided to disappear and not be in the skit. Actually, it was hanging partially off the whole time. At first I thought, okay, that would be funny. Why don't I keep it that way? But I don't want to. I want to redo with a take. So you're kind of getting to see how long these skits take to make, even when they look very, very simple. The finished product looks simple, but they are tons of work. So I'm going to work on sitting and relaxing, and I'm going to work on the mustache, and then I'm going to hopefully get it with this take. Please, please, please. No mustache. I have had so much trouble with the mustache. First I used the original tape that was on it. Then I used packing tapes. I don't have Scotch tape right now. I could try masking tape and see if that works. At this point, what I'm thinking is because I have to be so animated for this part, it's just kind of wiggling it loose. So we are going to trash the mustache because this is take 4. I don't think I even showed you one of the takes because I forgot the spoon in that take. So this is take 4, and I'm hoping that this one goes well without a mustache. I have lost my vintage look, unfortunately, but I just can't try it anymore. It's not going to work. Trashing the mustache was the right thing to do, even though it is not as cool to not have the vintage handlebar mustache. I don't know. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want to give up on it quite yet, I think that take that I just did is fine, but I'm going to try again with masking tape and see if it stays on. I don't have a lot of hope, but the thing is, I know that I have a take that will work if this doesn't work. But I just hate to give up on the handlebar mustache. It stayed on! Oh my goodness, so now I have 2 takes to pick from. One with the handlebar mustache and one without. I'm so happy because this thing gave me nothing but trouble. This was a lot of work, especially having to do, I don't know how many takes I did, 4 or 5. So anyway, now what I'm going to do is just get back to myself and be able to take a break before I play the 2 other parts. I decided I'm going to go for a really long lunch break, so I just wanted to get this done before I do that. And that is I picked out the wigs that I'm going to use. So this is going to be, I didn't mention this, but this is going to be an old black and white skit. And one thing that's really nice about that is I don't have to worry about colors. Like, I could wear a red hat with a green shirt or whatever, and you're not going to know the difference. So that's kind of nice too when picking costumes. Like when I wore that purple, flowered tie with the shirt, it doesn't matter because it's all going to be black and white anyway. So I picked out my two most vintage looking wigs, or the ones that I feel look pretty vintage, and this is one of them, and the other one is this. So this wig is really versatile. If you go look at my Georgetown Girl skits, I wear it this way where there are these weird curls in the front. But one thing I've learned about wigs is if you don't like how they look one way, flip them around. Because you can't do that in real life because it won't look right, but in a skit no one's going to know, especially in the back it's not going to look right. But this one gives a very vintage ringleted look this way, and it's actually a really cute style, whereas this is a really ugly style. That is the same with this wig. When I wear it this way, I get a vintage look, which is the way it's supposed to be worn. If I flip it over, it gives me a mullet with bangs. So I use this one for like surfer dude guys and stuff. So I just want to tell you guys that because it's really interesting. It's just something that I did a long time ago, and I just think it gives you, basically you have two wigs for every wig that you have. Another thing I wanted to talk about, because I can't really show Google images, I don't want to get copyright strikes, is how do I find makeup? And what I do is I go on Google Images and I would type in the celebrity's name if I'm copying a celebrity's look, or for today I'm going to type in 1920s makeup. And I want to try to duplicate two authentic looks, two different authentic looks, because there's a narrator character and there's also the guy's girlfriend character, so I need both. And that's how I do that, and then I try to copy it. And I am horrible at makeup, I know I am, but I do try, I really do try. I will be copying, the same process I use for the guy's character, but these girls are going to be a little bit more complicated in this department, and also trying to find outfits that look semi-authentic too. Character 1, I'm finally done. I switched wigs because I forgot I had this hideous wig that's supposed to look like a finger curl hairstyle from the 20s or whenever, so I thought it might work a little bit better, and I'm ready to go. I'm finally dressed as the last character. Yay! I'm just going to talk to you about the editing process, and sorry, I have to look crazy with makeup in order for it to show up on the camera, so I apologize if it looks bad. When it's all black and white, hopefully it looks a little bit better in the actual video that I made. But I wanted to talk to you because I've not edited this yet, and I can't really film myself editing this video because, I don't know, it'd be hard to figure out how to do it. And also, this is a music video, so it's done very differently from a standard video, so it makes more sense for me to just tell you how I edit. Once I'm completely done, I have to look at the video files and cut each, as I highlighted each thing, and usually in a skit, I'll have like one line, depending on how many characters. So what I have to do is I have to cut out each line from the video that I took. And then once I have done that, I do each character separately. Once I have done that, I have to put them in order. So I rename the files so that they're in order, and I use numbers, just 1, 2, 3, 4, to make it easy on myself. Then when I'm done with that, I put those in my video editor in order, and then I can like zoom in or add text. Usually what I found is easier is if I want to add text, I will just do it on the one specific scene, export it, and then import everything, and then not have to do it and figure out the timing and stuff when it's a longer video. So I might just put words on one scene. So once all of that's done, my laptop is not good enough to really watch the video before exporting it. It's kind of jumpy. So I will export the video and watch it through and make sure everything looks okay. If everything's okay, and this takes way longer than I'm making it sound, but if everything's okay, then I make, my little thumbnail for YouTube, and I upload it to YouTube, but I keep it private because I really want to have closed captioning. I just want to make it easier and more accessible for people to watch the videos. So I do closed captioning. I didn't in the beginning, but I figure one of the reasons I do it is I have these scripts already written out. So why not use what I wrote and put it in the video? My videos have genuine closed captioning. A lot of people do the auto-generated stuff on YouTube. If you want a good laugh, try watching those. And I usually want to get that done before I make the video live, just so it's there. So that's the next thing I do. So that's what I do basically to get stuff on YouTube. I hope this was fun to watch. You probably can understand now why my favorite thing is seeing the finished video, because all this stuff takes so much work and so much time, but it's really fun to finally see all your work pay off. And I think what's really fun for me is to take something that from nothing, like I start with a script and just wondering and thinking how's this going to be when it's done, to actually seeing it come to life is just really fun for me. And I thank you guys so much for watching this channel and for your support. I hope you have a great day. Bye!